In 14-5, students will be able to understand and explain the following: volumes of prisms, cylinders, pyramids, cones, and spheres, converting metric measures of volume, converting English measures of volume, measures of mass, and measures of temperature. Let's start by converting each of the following. Part A, I want to convert 5 meters cubed into something centimeters cubed. So we will start with 5 meters cubed and multiply it by a unit fraction. Remember, the unit fraction has a value of 1. So we want to cancel out the meters. We'll put the meters on the bottom. And we want to end up with centimeters, so we'll put that on the top. Notice that the units will not cancel out because we need a cubic unit. So we'll cube this expression on the right because we want to cancel out the meters cubed. I know 1 meter is equivalent to 100 centimeters. We'll simplify this expression slightly, so we have 5 meters cubed times 100 centimeters cubed is 1 million centimeters cubed, and 1 meter cubed is 1 meter cubed. Notice now the units do cancel out, so we have the meters canceling out with the meters, and this results in 5 million centimeters cubed. So for part A, 5 meters cubed is equivalent to 5 million centimeters cubed. In part B, we want to convert 12,300 millimeters cubed into something centimeters cubed. We'll start with the same process. We'll put 12,300 millimeters cubed and we'll multiply it by another unit fraction. I want to cancel out the millimeters on the bottom, and I want to end up with centimeters. Notice that we need to cube this expression because we want to make this millimeters cubed to cancel out. I know 1 centimeter is equivalent to 10 millimeters. This is equivalent to 12,300 millimeters cubed times 1 centimeter cubed is 1 centimeter cubed over 10 millimeters cubed is 1,000 millimeters cubed. And notice now the millimeters cubed cancel out with the millimeters cubed, and we can simplify this to 12.3 centimeters cubed. So we have 12,300 millimeters cubed is equivalent to 12.3 centimeters cubed. Converting metric measures of volume, we have by definition 1 liter is equivalent to 1 decimeters cubed or 1,000 centimeters cubed. So this is a good definition to remember. 1 liter is equal to 1 decimeters cubed, and that's equal to 1,000 centimeters cubed. Also note that 1 centimeter cubed is equal to 1 milliliter. Here is a table of metric volumes, and we're going to use this table when we're converting metric volumes to metric volumes. Let's convert each of the following. A, I want to convert 27 liters into milliliters. So we'll start with 27 liters, and I'm going to multiply that by a unit fraction. I want the liters to be on the bottom, and I want the milliliters on the top. Remember, our unit fraction has to have a value of 1. So let's go to our table and figure out which unit fraction to use. I know 1 milliliter is equivalent to 0.001 liter. So that's what we're going to use as our unit fraction. So we'll have 0.001 liter on the bottom and 1 milliliter on the top. If we simplify this expression, we know that the liters will definitely cancel out, and we get 27 times 1 over 0.001 equals 27,000 milliliters. So 27 liters is equal to 27,000 milliliters. Part B, we want to convert 362 milliliters into liters. So we'll start by multiplying it by a unit fraction again. I need milliliters on the bottom, and I want liters on the top. In the previous example, we know that 0.001 liter is equivalent to 1 milliliter. So we can multiply this out and we get 0.362, and our units are in liters, so we get 0.362 liters. 362 milliliters is equal to 0.362 liters. In part C, we will convert 300. In part C, I want to convert 3 milliliters into centimeters cubed, so we'll use a different unit fraction. Recall that 1 centimeter cubed is equal to 1 milliliter cubed, so we'll use this as our unit fraction. We know we want to cancel out the milliliters, so we'll put that on the bottom, and we want to end up with centimeters cubed on the top. And 1 centimeter cubed is equivalent to 1 milliliter cubed, and the milliliters do cancel out, and we just simply get 3 centimeters cubed. 3 milliliters is equal to 3 centimeters cubed. In part D, we want to convert 3 meters cubed into liters. So we'll first convert this to centimeters cubed. I will put the meters on the bottom and centimeters on top. I know there are 100 centimeters in 1 meter, but in order to make the units match, we need to cube this expression. And I also want to convert from centimeters back to liters. I know from our chart 1 liter is equivalent to 1,000 centimeters cubed. Notice that the meters cubed will cancel out with the meters down here because it will be cubed. And the centimeters cubed cancels out with this centimeters because it will be cubed as well. And now we have 3 times 100 cubed times 1 over 1,000. And this will simplify to 3,000 liters. So 300 meters cubed is equivalent to 3,000 liters. The basic units of volume for the English system is cubic inch, cubic foot, cubic yard. And the volume equivalents are 1 gallon equals 231 inches cubed, and 1 quart equals 1/4 gallon. Let's convert 45 cubic yards to cubic feet. We'll start with 45 cubic yards, and then we'll multiply that by a unit fraction. I know I want to end up with feet or cubic feet on the top, and cubic yards needs to cancel out, so we'll put the feet on top and yards on the bottom. We know 3 feet is equivalent to 1 yard, and we have to cube this expression because we need cubic units. This simplifies to 45 cubic yards multiplied by 27 cubic feet over 1 cubic yard. Notice the cubic yards, they do cancel out, and we have to multiply 45 times 27, and that gives us 1,215 cubic feet. So 45 cubic yards is equal to 1,215 cubic feet. Part B, I want to convert 4,320 cubic inches to cubic yards. So we'll multiply this by a unit fraction. We'll need inches on the bottom and yards on the top. We know 1 yard is equal to 36 inches. And this needs to be cubed. Multiply by 1 cubic yard on the top. And on the bottom we have 36 cubed inches cubed. We're just distributing the power of 3 to the... Notice that the inches cubes do cancel out, and then we'll have to do 4,320 divided by 36 cubed. Multiplying everything out, we have this is approximately equal to 0.0926 cubic yards. 4,320 cubic inches is approximately 0.0926 cubic yards. Example, I want to convert 10 gallons to cubic feet, so we'll start with 10 gallons and multiply it by a unit fraction. We'll go to our chart to pick our unit fraction. I know 1 gallon is equivalent to 231 cubic inches. I need 1 gallon to be on the bottom, and 231 cubic inches will be on the top. Now our final unit has to be in cubic feet, so we'll need to cancel out the cubic inches. I'll put the inch on the bottom and the feet on the top. I know there are 12 inches in 1 foot, so we'll put 1 feet on the top and 12 inches on the bottom. Since this is a cubic unit, we need to make sure to cube this unit fraction. The gallons will cancel out, and the cubic inches will cancel out with the cubic inches, and we will end up with cubic feet. Let's multiply across. We have 10 times 231 times feet cubed on the top over 12 cubed. And you can simplify this expression further to get about 1.337 cubic feet. 10 gallons is approximately 1.337 cubic feet. Part D, let's convert 3 cubic feet to cubic yards. We'll start with 3 cubic feet and we'll multiply that by a unit fraction. We'll put the feet on the bottom and the yard on the top. We know 1 yard is equivalent to 3 feet, and we'll need to cube this expression to cancel out with the feet cubed. This simplifies to 3 cubic feet times 1 cubic yard over 27 cubic feet. And notice the cubic feet do cancel out. Cancel out the cubic feet. And this gives us 1/9 cubic yards. So 3 feet is equivalent to 1/9 cubic yard. The volume of a right rectangular prism is given by the formula, volume equals length times width times height. So let's use this formula for the following examples. Find the volume of each figure. In the first example, we have a cube, and so we know the length, the width, and the height of this cube must be 6 centimeters. The volume of this cube is equal to 6 times 6 times 6. Multiplying this all out, we get 216 cubic centimeters. For the right rectangular prism, we'll multiply 3 times 10 times 15. So the volume is equal to 3 times 10 times 15. And that is equal to 450 centimeters cubed. For the right circular cylinder, I'm going to multiply the area of the base times the height to calculate the volume. The area of the base is going to be equivalent to pi r squared. In our case, this is going to be pi times 5 squared, or just 25 pi. So the area of the base is equivalent to 25 pi, and we'll multiply that by the height. The volume of a right circular cylinder is equal to the base times the height, and in our case the area of the base is 25 pi, and the height is 10, so the volume is just 250 pi. 250 pi centimeters cubed. For the volume of a right prism, we multiply the base times the height. The volume was equal to the base times the height. For a right pyramid, however, the volume is equal to 1/3 base times height, where the B is the area of the base. To find the volume of a right circular cylinder, the formula is given by base times height. To find the volume of a right circular cone, the formula for the volume is equal to 1/3 base times height, and in this case 1/3 times pi r squared times the height is equivalent. Find the volume of each figure. The first figure is a right square pyramid, so we'll use the formula volume is equal to 1/3 base times height. In our case, the base is the area of the floor, and that's going to be equal to 16 centimeters cubed because the length and the width is 4 centimeters. The height is going to be 5 centimeters. It's given here. So the volume is equal to 1/3 the base, which is 16, and the height is 5. So the volume is equal now to 80 over 3 centimeters cubed. This is the volume of the pyramid, 80 over 3 centimeters cubed. For the cone, the volume is the same formula, 1/3 base times height. In order to find the area of the base, we know this is an area of a circle. So the base is equivalent to pi r squared, and this is equal to pi times 6 squared, which is 36 pi. We know the area of the base is 36 pi. Now all we need to do is to find the height. We will use the Pythagorean theorem to solve for the height h. A squared plus b squared equals c squared. And a, we'll let that be h. So we have h squared plus b, we'll let that be 6. H squared plus 6 squared equals 10 squared. Remember, 10 is the hypotenuse. We have h squared plus 36 equals 100. And h squared is equal to 64. So h must be equal to 8. So we know h is equal to 8. And now we can use our formula to calculate the volume. The volume is equal to 1/3 base times height. So the volume is equal to 1/3. The base, or the area of the base, is 36 pi times the height, which is 8. Multiplying all of this out, we have the volume of our right circular cone is 96 centimeters cubed. The volume of a sphere is given by the formula 4/3 pi r cubed. Example, find the volume of a sphere whose radius is 6 centimeters. We need to use the formula volume is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. We'll plug in the 6 centimeters for the radius. So the volume is equal to 4/3 pi times 6, and we're going to cube that unit. The volume is now equal to 4/3 pi times 6 cubed, which is 216. This simplifies to 288 pi centimeters cubed. The volume of our sphere is 288 pi centimeters cubed. Let's look at some definitions. Mass is a quantity of matter. Weight is a force exerted by gravitational pull. And gram is the fundamental unit of mass in the metric system. Here is a table that compares our base unit, which is gram, and the mass of other metric units. We might need to use this table when converting and looking for unit fractions. Example, let's convert each of the following. We want to convert 34 grams into kilograms. So we'll start with 34 grams and we'll multiply it by a unit fraction. In order to do that, we'll go back to our table and select the correct unit fraction. I know I want to convert kilogram to grams, so we'll select this unit fraction. 1 kilogram is equal to 1,000 grams. We want the 1,000 grams to be in the denominator and the 1 kilogram to be on the top. The grams will cancel out, and this simplifies to 0.034 kilograms. 34 grams is equivalent to 0.034 kilograms. In part B, we'll convert 6,836 kilograms to tons, and we'll probably need 2 unit fractions for this one. So let's first convert the kilograms into grams, and then we'll convert to tons. We know 1 kilogram is equivalent to 1,000 grams, and from our table, we know 1 metric ton is equivalent to 1 million grams, so we'll use that in our unit fraction. 1 million grams on the bottom and 1 ton on the top. So we know the grams will cancel out the kilograms will cancel out, and then we'll just multiply across. Kilograms cancel out, grams cancel out, and we'll just multiply everything out. 3 zeros up here cancels out with 3 zeros down here. So we have 6,836 divided by 1,000, which is just 6.836 tons. We know that 6,836 kilograms is 6.836 tons. Let's look at the relationship among metric units of volume, capacity, and mass. 1 decimeters cubed is 1 liter of water, which is equivalent to 1 kilogram. 1 cubic centimeter of water is equivalent to 1 milliliter of water, and that weighs 1 gram. 1 decimeter of water is equivalent to 1 liter of water, and that is equivalent to 1 kilogram. A waterbed measures 180 centimeters by 210 centimeters by 20 centimeters. Approximately how many liters of water can it hold? We'll start by finding the volume. The volume is equal to the length times the width times the height, and in our problem, we're just going to multiply all of the numbers. And this gives us a volume of 756,000 centimeters cubed. Recall, 1 centimeter cubed is equivalent to 1 kilogram. So this is equivalent now to 756,000 milliliters. And if we convert this to liters, we know this is just 756 liters. B. What is the mass in kilograms when it is full of water? Recall, 1 liter of water weighs 1 kilogram. We can say 756 liters is equivalent to 756 kilograms. Temperature. Degrees Kelvin is the base unit of temperature in the metric system, used only for scientific measurements. The freezing point of water is 273 Kelvin. Degrees Celsius is used for customary temperature measurements in the metric system. Its scale has 100 equal divisions. The freezing point of water is 0 degrees Celsius, and its boiling point is 100 degrees Celsius. Celsius is used most often because 0 degrees Celsius refers to the freezing point of water, and 100 degrees Celsius refers to the boiling point of water. 0 degrees Kelvin is when there is no energy at all, the absence of complete energy. Even the atoms do not move at 0 degrees Kelvin. Degrees Fahrenheit is used for customary temperature measurement in the English system. Its scale has 180 equivalent divisions. The freezing point of water is 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and its boiling point is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. So we can compare 32 degrees Fahrenheit is equivalent to 0 degrees Celsius, and 212 degrees Fahrenheit is equivalent to 100 degrees Celsius. Here is the comparison in temperatures in degrees Celsius and degrees Fahrenheit. We have 100 degrees Celsius is equivalent to 212 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's where water boils. On the bottom, 0 degrees Celsius is equivalent to 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's where water freezes. To convert temperatures, use the following formula. We have, if I want to convert from Fahrenheit to Celsius, we'll use the first formula, and we'll plug in the Fahrenheit here into the formula, and then you will get degrees Celsius. In the second formula, we're converting from degrees Celsius to Fahrenheit, so just plug in degrees Celsius here, and you will get the degrees Fahrenheit. These formulas are fairly easy to use, so you'll have some examples on homework to practice these.